Hello, hello, hello. This is Tiffany with Healthy Passions. If you do not know me, let me briefly introduce myself. I am a certified personal trainer, certified wellness coach, certified energy healer by birth. I'm an oracle prophetess and a natural healer. Today, I'm going to go ahead and record my witchcraft video for the week, and it's going to be on lunar witchcraft. All right, lunar meaning moon, lunar witchcraft. All right, so I'm going to add this one to the types of witchcraft playlist. So if you're interested in it, all of the types of witchcraft are going to be labeled and put into that playlist so that you can learn the different types of witchcraft that is out there. All right. So let's go with this one. All right. To define lunar witchcraft, it is, or a lunar witch is a being who practices magic focusing on energy and cycles of the moon. Moon cycle magic. Lunar witches will schedule and plan their rituals and magical workings according to the moon's phase. Each phase brings a different intention or energy for the spell. For example, according to general witch belief, all right? New moon phases means cleansing rituals for them. Waxing moon phases means success, growth, etc. Right? Full moon is the healing and love moon. That's where they'll do those rituals. The waning moon is binding, banishing, and releasing moon practices. All right. Working with lunar gods and goddesses. All right. So lunar witches are drawn to or are called to lunar moon deities. Examples of these deities would be Artemis, Hecate, Hecate, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Hecate, Selene Diana, Divana, Luna, and the Wiccan triple goddess. Moon male gods would be like Thought, Thoth, Manny, and I don't know how to pronounce this, so I want to say Khonshu. So it's Khonsu. All right. So moon gardens and herbalism. So planting plants and herbs that bloom at night or are believed to be ruled by the moon. Examples would be the moonflower, the mugwort. Planting it in itself isn't the issue. The issue is then using these said plants and herbs for spells. Okay, so that could violate free will or violate spiritual law. So planting in itself, herbalism in itself, is not the issue. Is when they plant this specifically to violate spiritual law is the issue. That's when it steps into witchcraft. Like I said, magic in itself is not evil. We all practice magic to a certain degree. However, witchcraft, in my definition of witchcraft, is when you violate spiritual law, when you violate someone's free will. Even the Most High Yah does not do that. That's where the issue comes in, and that's why the Most High is against witchcraft. All right. So lunar moon kitchen magic. So they can and do include certain foods based on their ruling planetary body to do spell work in food, which is why I never allow my son or myself to eat at others' homes, nor do we eat food we haven't seen or helped prepare. Restaurants can also be participants in spell work or even dedicating food to certain deities, so sacrificing food to certain deities. So we are very careful at the restaurants we attend as well. So be aware and protect yourself. I was poisoned by a witch at work once. So I worked at a 7-Eleven in Dallas one time, and the lady there, she portrayed herself as a nice, loving woman that cared about the community, this and this and this. Very different once you got to know her, right? She was very jealous, very vengeful in her ways, and that's not the issue. The issue is what she did with that. So she didn't like the fact that I got along with a lot of customers, that I got along well with even her husband and anyone who walked into the facility. And so she wanted to fire me, but she didn't have a reason to fire me. So what she did was she offered me something free, which I should have known was wrong because she's the type of person, she's all about the money. Like, she don't offer nothing free. She don't care. She would fight homeless people if she had a chance to stop them from getting something free. So in that, I should have known that something was wrong with the food. However, I didn't at the time. I had a, like a slice of pizza, and once I ate that pizza, I got terribly sick for like 2 to 3 days. And then she used that as an opportunity to try to fire me. Thank goodness her husband stepped in, because I think he realized what was going on, and he was like, "She's a good worker. She's on time. She does what she's supposed to do. We're not going to fire her because of that." I Once I noticed that in some other spell work that she was doing with some pennies on the register, I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. I just went ahead and left. She didn't have to fire me because, whoo, Lord, that lady was crazy and very evil, very mean, a horrible person to work for. But yeah, that's what happened. She put poison in my food, so I want y'all to be careful. Not just lunar witches, kitchen witches, any kind of witch really. They always like to put stuff in people's food, so just be careful of that. All right. So lunar witches use the water element. Lunar witches also align with the water element because they believe that the moon rules or governs this element. You will see water magic incorporated in their spell work. To a certain degree, this may be true because the moon, the tides of the ocean kind of go with the moon, so they use that and incorporate the water element. They also create what we call moon water. So moon water is created during different moon phases, and used very often. Lunar witches add crystals, herbs, and salt to the moon to en- to the moon water to enhance its potency. They use it for many purposes, like cleansing their altar, ritual baths, even to their in added to their laundry. Moon water uses, so you can put them in spell jars, in perfumes, and teas and coffees as an offering to their gods and deities. Scrying and sigil magic. All right, so be aware of that. Ritual baths. Lunar witches use ritual baths for cleansing, resetting energetic vibrations, calming nerves. Um, I personally don't have a problem with with the use of the water for the ritual baths. However, the issue comes in with the other uses, like dedication rituals, to dark baptisms, to bring love or to bring money, success, etc. Spiritual law and free will are violations. So yeah, so even in my holistic practice, I'm biblically based. I use salt baths if needed. If someone has spiritually attacked me to the point, like, a lot of times I get death magic sent to me. When that happens and it's heavy like that, I do use salt baths to help cleanse and clear that energy off of me. Um, as a chosen one, a follower of the Most High, we don't feel the Most High protects us from feeling the full effect of the type of, like, let's say, death magic. He makes it to where we don't feel the full effect, but we feel enough to know that something is wrong. You feel it in your body, your bones to ache, you'll feel tingling sensations, you'll feel sick, you'll feel drained, certain things like that. We feel it enough to know, hey, we need to pray, or we need to take a salt bath and pray and help cleanse us off. If prayer alone is not helping, or if it's super strong, you can add a salt bath to it and still pray. Um, the archangels told me that, actually, so that is something that is very helpful. When I was in my training, the last part of it was very difficult. I went through a lot of death. Magic sent to me, demonic entities and things like that. And when they were teaching me how to handle it, it was a very calm way to do it. And they were telling me that salt baths, when it's really heavy, are really good. All right. So I don't have an issue with the ritual bath at all. It's just like I said, the dark baptisms and to violate spiritual law. That's where I have the issue. So, divination by moonlight. Lunar witches use the choice of divination tools in a candle or a lantern. All right. Tarot cards, runes, scrying, mirrors, etc., are believed to be enhanced under the moonlight, which is why you see seances, readings, and rituals done under the moonlight or done at night. Okay. Lunar witches focus their magic based on the moon phases, but it is important to know that most witches work with the energy of the moon in some ways, um, shape, or form. So it's not just subjugated to lunar witches. All witches at some point use moon magic. All right. Lunar witches can also practice other types of witchcraft. So what I've noticed in my studies is that just because you practice more of something, you might be considered, let's say, for example, you practice mostly moon magic. You might be considered a lunar witch, but you could also be a green witch. You can be a cosmic witch. You can be any other type of witch at the same time. So it's not just one set thing like, oh, I'm into this, so this is the only practice that I do. A lot of witches incorporate all types of the magic. Okay. I love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and add this to the witchcraft one, and I may record another one depending on what the Most High allows me to do. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.